My friends built me the shortest prison in Minecraft. It's all bedrock, so there's only one way out. I was also told that my only rule was not to break any blocks except for a crafting table. Will I be able to escape, or will I be stuck in this 1 block tall prison forever? Well, we're about to find out. When I spawn in, I see I'm in a 1 block area, with bedrock on all sides. This seemed impossible to get out of. I checked everywhere around me, but there was just nothing for me to use. The last thing I did before giving up was going in F5, and immediately I see an item frame with an ender pearl on the side of one of the blocks. I wasn't able to see it before because it was only visible when you jumped at the exact right position and see a sliver of the side of the item frame. I still wasn't able to break it, so to make it easier, I turned on hitboxes and was able to grab the pearl and pearl out of the first area. I actually thought I didn't pearl correctly, but luckily I was able to phase through the block and get to the other side. I immediately see a rail on the wall that wasn't visible from the 1 block area. There was a wall with a 1 block high hole that I wasn't able to go through unless I grabbed something that will help me phase through it. So I check around the first section a bit more, and after crouching at the end of the block, I am able to see a chest in the ceiling with a minecart in it. This allowed me to place the rail and minecart on the other side of the wall and go into it, which got me into the next room. There was a grass block and a 1 block high area going into both left and right. I look around on the left and see a chest that had a magma cream in it. I don't know how this helps, but whatever. I check the other side and see another chest that was just barely in reach if you crouch at the exact right position. And this chest had a drip leaf in it. I knew exactly what to do. I placed the drip leaf on the grass block, and once it was activated, I dropped onto the grass block, and after it returned back to its normal position, it forced me into a crawl mode and allowed me to get to the next section. I see the chest that I grabbed from earlier and a lava wall. I immediately think to go in F5 and check behind the lava, where there is another section. I just need something to help me get through it. I looked around for something to help me, and I was able to see a brewing stand behind the chest. I placed my magma cube inside to make a fire resistance potion. I drank it, and this allowed me to get through the lava. There were 2 lava walls on both sides of me, and I went through one of them to see what was on the other side. It took a while, but I was able to see a hopper with an oak log. I checked the other side and found 5 spruce planks. I went back to the original area, which took forever. Anyways, I saw I had 5 planks, which is the perfect amount for a boat. I almost made the mistake of making the crafting table with the spruce planks, but this almost failed me, because you need 5 of the same planks to make a boat, which I wouldn't have had if I used the wrong ones. I had my boat, but I still had no idea what to use it for. I looked around trying to find a place to put it. I looked around the chest and saw an open area that was barely visible behind it. I placed my boat, and once I go inside, it forces me up into the next room. I couldn't move, but I saw an ice block, a glowstone, and a hopper. I knew I could melt the ice into water to help me swim up, so I grabbed the glowstone and found a block of redstone in the hopper. I looked at my crafting table to see what I could make with these items, and saw I could make a redstone lamp. I placed it above the lever and turned it on, melting the ice and letting me swim my way into the next room. I realized I could have just placed the glowstone, but whatever, it worked. This area had a very long lava pool with an exit at the end of it, a chest with a moss block and bone meal inside of it, and on the right there was another room that had a bunch of stone with a hole in the middle. I knew I had to place the moss block inside of there, so I placed it and used the bone meal to expand the moss across the stone. The only problem was I still couldn't mine the moss because that was against the rules. I looked around a bit more and was able to find a hopper under the chest that had an infinity bow, some gunpowder, and sand. I could have made some sandstone with the sand, but had a better idea. I opened my crafting table and was able to make a TNT. I placed it in the middle of the moss, and all I needed was a way to light it. On the side of the room there was a lava stream, and I kind of forgot about it until now. I realized I could shoot an arrow through the lava to give it a flame, which would light the TNT. I shot it through, but for some reason it didn't work. I then tried to shoot the arrow really slowly so it is on the lava for a longer time, and it actually lit. I placed the crafting table in front of me just so I don't die from the explosion, and I put myself out with the water, but then realized I wasn't actually able to get out of the area now that it was 2 blocks tall. I thought I just screwed myself for jumping into the area, but was actually able to see an item frame inside of the water that had a pearl. I threw the pearl to get myself back into crawling position, and I was able to use the moss blocks to get across the lava. At the end there was a chest that had an elytra and some fireworks. I put it on, and then I'm able to fly away. There we go. And I fly away into the distance, never wanting to see this prison ever again.